Today I'm going to show you how to make a soft and fluffy sourdough discard sandwich bread using your bread machine. This one is fantastic for sandwiches, and I especially like it for BLTs. Welcome y'all to Robin on the Farm. Today I'm going to share with you my really easy bread machine sourdough discard sandwich bread recipe. This one works out great if you want to use your bread machine to entirely make this loaf of bread, or you can use the bread machine dough cycle and bake it in the oven. Works out great both ways, exact same recipe. Now, this is a sourdough discard recipe, different than my sourdough recipe. A sourdough discard recipe typically calls for sourdough discard, which is the wild yeast, and commercial yeast. Now the reason we do that is because the sourdough discard might not be strong enough to leaven your bread, give rise to your bread. So the addition of the yeast makes this a lot faster, and it gives you good rise to your bread in way less time than a typical sourdough bread recipe. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to use sourdough discard. You can also use sourdough starter that's active, either one. But I'm going to use sourdough discard and some commercial yeast and make a good quick loaf of bread using the bread machine. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. This one's delicious and I think you're really going to like it. Now to get started, I'm starting with 1 1/8 cup of warm water. You want this to be lukewarm, about 100 to 110 degrees. Just put that right on into your bread machine loaf pan. Now, I'm going to give you this recipe in cups and spoons and in grams, because I know a lot of times when you're making sourdough breads, you like to measure in grams. So on my website, I'm going to have the printable recipe for this easy bread machine sourdough discard bread, and I'll have the recipe in both cups and spoons and in grams. The next ingredient is some sourdough discard or some active sourdough starter. This is mine. This is Hester. This is my classic sourdough starter. Now, also on my website, if you're struggling with your sourdough starter or you haven't even gotten one started yet, I have Hester freeze-dried, and I have Millie, which is a fresh milled flour sourdough starter, and I have Enola, which is an organic fresh milled acorn sourdough starter. Any of these will work in this recipe, or use the sourdough starter that you have at home already. I'm using 1/2 cup of Hester, so I'm going to put this sourdough starter right on in there. Now this is considered sourdough discard. I haven't fed this for about 2 days, so you can use either sourdough starter that's active that you fed recently, or some discard that's been sitting in the fridge even for up to a week. But the longer that it sits in the fridge, it's going to get kind of a stronger taste, so be aware of that. You might like that or you might not like that. So that's 1/2 cup of sourdough discard, or that's about 100 grams of sourdough discard. After that, I'm going to add some sugar or some honey. Either one works great. I'm adding a tablespoon of sugar. You can also add a tablespoon of honey if you'd rather do that. So 1 tablespoon of sugar right on into your bread machine loaf pan. Make sure you get your bread machine loaf pan out of your bread machine so you're not trying to pour the ingredients with the loaf pan in there. You can over pour and make a big mess, and it'll get all down in the bottom where the heating element is, and that is no good. Don't do that. So definitely take it out of your bread machine. The next ingredient is some melted butter. This is 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup of melted butter. This is salted butter, but you can use whatever you'd like. I just melted this in my little cast iron melting pot on the stove top. It's a real easy way to do it. Now, if you'd rather use oil, you can use 1/4 cup of any kind of oil that you want to. That works out just fine in this recipe, just as well. Now, after the butter or the oil, now it's time to add the flour. Now, I forgot to mention, this is a 2-pound bread machine recipe. I will also leave the recipes for a 1 pound and a 1.5 pound in addition to the 2-pound recipe on my website too. My website, by the way, is robinonthefarm.com. And I'll also leave a link down in the description so that you can find it. Okay, so I'm going to add 4 cups. I like to use bread flour, but you can also use all-purpose flour if you want. And I'll also leave the equivalent to fresh milled flour on my website too, if you'd rather use fresh milled flour. Okay, so 4 cups right on in there. Now, After we get this mixing and kneading, you might need to add a little bit more flour. You might need to add a little bit more water. It just depends on the temperature, the climate, the humidity, the time of year. So many things depend on how much flour or water you need, but I'll show you exactly what it should look like when we get to that step. After the flour, now it's time for the yeast. I'm going to use the SAF instant yeast. I buy it in these 1 and 2 pound packages. I buy it in bulk because I do a lot of baking, but you can just put this in the freezer, pull it out right in time to make bread, put it back in the freezer. You don't have to let it come to room temperature or anything like that, and your yeast is going to stay good forever like that. Definitely keep your yeast in the freezer. This one's actually 2 years past the expiration date, but it's just fine because I've kept it in the freezer. So that's a tip right there. So I'm going to use 2 1/4 teaspoons of this SAF instant yeast. You can also use active dry yeast if you'd rather do that. And if you're using the little packets, even though I don't recommend the little packets because they're way more expensive than just buying it like this, if you're using a little packet, use 1 packet. Now, after the yeast, now it's time for the salt. This is already our last ingredient. I'm going to use 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. This is my Redmond's real salt. It's an ancient fine sea salt from North America, and I really enjoy using this in my baking and my cooking. So I am going to add 1 1/2 teaspoons of this salt. Definitely don't pour it over your bread machine loaf pan because you might really easily over pour your salt and the whole thing will be ruined. Okay, so like I said, these are all of the ingredients for our really easy bread machine sourdough discard sandwich bread. This bread is delicious. I know that y'all are gonna love this. Now you have to decide, are you gonna use the bread machine to totally make this loaf of bread, or are you gonna use the dough cycle? I'm trying to decide myself right now. I really prefer to use the dough cycle. I just feel like my breads just turn out a lot better when I use the dough cycle. I shape it, I put it into my loaf pan, let it rise, and then bake it in the oven. I just like my crust better that way. I just enjoy my bread better that way. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm using my Zojirushi Home Bakery Supreme bread machine. I've used a bread machine for about 25 years. I've used lots of different ones, and the Zojirushis are my all-time favorite. I love these. This one has the double paddles. It's nice and strong for sourdough breads, fresh milled flour breads, and I just love this. Okay, so I'm gonna choose the dough cycle, then I'm gonna press start. Now I have my preheat turned off. So if you have this kind of bread machine, you can turn your preheat off, and that will make this start mixing and kneading right away. Okay, so in just a few minutes, I'm gonna give this time to mix up, and then I'm gonna check on my ball of dough. Then I'm gonna see if it looks a little too wet, a little too dry, and we'll adjust from there. I turned my bread machine on about 5 minutes ago, and I'm just checking on my dough. It's not too wet, and I know that because it's not sticking to the sides or to the bottom or to the paddles. It's also not looking too dry. If yours is looking too wet, then add about a tablespoon of flour at a time until it comes together better like this. Or if it's looking too dry, add about a tablespoon of water at a time. Give it a chance to mix together. It's gonna look like it's not gonna come together. Give it a few minutes and then check it again. The dough cycle is complete and my dough has risen. Look how well it's risen. Okay, it's time to turn this out from the bread machine loaf pan and shape it into a loaf. So here is the beautiful dough for our sourdough discard sandwich bread. I'm just gonna turn it out from this loaf pan. Okay, oh, the dough feels really, really nice. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I like to just press it out, get all of those air bubbles out of it. And I like to make it about as wide as my loaf pan is long. Now, today I'm gonna use this 10 by 5 inch cast iron loaf pan. This is a 2-pound loaf, so I like to use this bigger loaf pan when I make a 2-pound size. I also have this 8.5 by 4.5 inch size. This dough will also fit into this one. It just fits a little bit better into this bigger one. So if you have a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan, that'll work just fine too. Or if you have smaller ones, you can divide this dough up and make 2 smaller loaves too. That'll work just fine. Those will be 1-pound loaves. Okay, so like I said, I like to just press out my dough, and then I like to pull the head down, pull the shoulders in, Oh, this dough smells so good. I can smell the sourdough. It smells amazing. And then I like to just roll it up into a nice tight log. And that's really all it takes. There's lots of different ways to do it, but this is a good way to do it. Now I like to just press those seams together, press the ends together so that they don't burst while it's baking. Pat it out. Flip it over, trying to make it nice and smooth. Now I love the cast iron loaf pans because they don't have any of those chemicals or coatings to bake and get into our foods. So if we're making homemade bread, you better make it as healthy as possible. So that's why I like the cast iron. They also heat really well and just bake my breads just perfectly. So I really like them. Now I'm going to let this rise in the loaf pan on the countertop anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. You just want it to come up above the edge of the loaf pan, and I will show this to you when it's ready to throw into the oven. I've let this dough rise for 45 minutes. Now I'm giving it a really quick score on top with my bread lawn. This is optional. I forget to do it half the time, but now I'm ready to throw this into the oven. I let my sourdough discard sandwich bread bake in the oven at 350 degrees for 35 minutes. I turned it out from the loaf pan. I buttered up the top. Look how gorgeous this loaf is, and it smells amazing too. This loaf slices really easily. It's soft, it's fluffy, it has the tang from the sourdough. It's perfect for sandwiches or just buttering up with some jam. I like to store all of my homemade breads in our handmade beeswax bread bags. These are a healthier alternative to plastic bread bags. They're also great for cheeses, fruits, vegetables. You can use them for a lot of things. They're all handmade right here on our family farm from start to finish, and we'd really love to send you one. You can find those on robinonthefarm.com, along with our freeze-dried sourdough starters and the printable recipe for this bread machine sourdough discard sandwich bread. Thanks so much for being here with me on Robin on the Farm. I'll see y'all next time.
Robin's in the kitchen, dough beneath her hands, wheat from the fields and eggs from her land. Sunlight through the window, a warm golden glow. She's working hard to make that dough. With flour on her apron, loving each need, ground wheat fresh, sowing her seed. The smell of fresh bread